Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and I'm going to start something here, and I'm going to finish it. What we got going on here today is we're going to polish all this up, and we're going to put some lighting under here somehow. I don't know where we're going to put it, but we got the purple lights in for the computer, so we used a little bit of it, and now I've got enough to do underneath my hood. So what I basically want to do is I want to try to put lights up underneath this lip right here, if there's a way to do it, somewhere, and have it so it's shining down on everything. And I want to try to put some lights underneath these edges here of the fender. But before I get started on that, I got to do some serious cleaning. So, and now I got to clean ashes off of it. It's really damp here, and it's really destroying my truck, and it's not working, sitting well with me. I've got rusty clips for the distributor cap, and that bugs the shit out of me. As you can see here on the brain box, it's getting corrosive on it. So I've got to take this brain box into the shop and clean it up and clean all the chrome, clean and wax the valve covers and the oil pan, and ain't a whole lot I can do about the intake unless I was to take everything off of it and mask everything off and repaint the intake. But eventually I want to put an aluminum one on here anyway, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that intake. So right now I've got to take and decide how I want to do this breather, because the chrome is worthless as a tits on a boar hog. And I'll tell you why, because the chrome plated valve covers, they get a little dampness and they're nothing but rust. So I'm going to try to polish it and see what I can do, and if there's places where I can do some painting on it, like blue stripe or something like that, to kind of go over some of the rusty spots, but we'll go over that later. So that's where it stands. We got clean stuff up here. It's just got all kinds of dirt in here. I'm going to do something that I'm probably going to end up having to break down and go get aluminum cover for the master cylinder, and then my gauges, they're starting to rust, so I got to get some polish on them quick, and hope it ain't pitted too bad already. So that's where we stand, and I want to do something about this here vacuum advance. That looks god awful, so it's probably going to have to be painted. I used to have an aluminum cover that went over one of those, but that went with my last truck. So anyway, we're going to decorate the bottom of this and clean it up. Alright, it's the next day, and I went ahead and cleaned up all this side over here and got all that nice and clean down in there. And I didn't take the brain box out, I just kind of cleaned it up with steel wool, and eventually I'm going to get a new cap for that master cylinder. That drives me nuts. But last night I decided to make me a new cap out of a piece of aluminum that I had knurled a little bit, and it just screws on there. So I made that last night, and now we're going to clean this up, and we'll clean all that up, clean all that stuff out of there. We're going to clean this side of the valve cover, and I cleaned a little bit of the distributor, and I got to get down in there and do the alternator, and then we'll clean all this up over here. So I wanted to show what it is that I'm going to be using to clean this up. So we're just going to show you this side of it. And first thing we got to do is blow all that stuff out of there. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to blow it out of there. Alright, let me get an air hose. Alright, so now here's what I've been doing, and this conditions the plastic and stuff. We're going to use WD-40 and a brush. And basically what I do is I'll take and spray a little bit of WD-40 on the brush, and I'll just come through here and just paint it off with WD-40. You don't want to spray it on the product, because then you're going to have too much on it. It doesn't matter if you get it all over it, because once you do that, then you take a rag and just clean it off. That side looks like a new one. So now we do the face here. And you tell I love my truck. I bet you couldn't tell, could you? let you see what we got going on here. Nice and pretty. Everything's golden. Looks almost like new. Got a new solenoid I had to put on the other day. New regulator. Got my valve covers cleaned, got my gauges cleaned, and a few other little things I got to get over there, like the back behind the master cylinder booster and the slave cylinder. Got to clean it up yet. I'm just going to run a rag across that intake just to kind of make it stand out a little bit better, but that part right there drives me nuts. All that rust right there on that. They always heat up right there because I don't know why. I guess it gets the hottest there. That's why I want to get an aluminum one. You can't keep a intake looking good. So, but anyway, that's how you clean underneath your hood and make it look new again. This is a never-ending job, especially when you're driving it, and apparently, since even though we ain't driving it, it gets worse. So I'm going to eventually put lights in underneath some of these areas. Thinking about putting lights underneath here, underneath this platform right here, starting here and go back as far as I can go, probably right there. Don't need much. And then I want to put lights up underneath here somewhere. I don't know, I might put them on the hood, but I want to do a tread aluminum. This hood, I haven't done anything with it yet because I'm just not ready to do that. Eventually, all these holes right here, I want to put tread aluminum underneath of it. And there's all kinds of noise going on here behind me. Listen to them birds. But that hood looks terrible. Terrible, just terrible. Right here in these holes, I want to cut tread aluminum to put inside of each one of those and make it nice and neat, and do all the way around that one, this one, and that one over there, and that one. We got one over there like that one, which I'll show you. So if we just take and put us a line or a piece of tread aluminum in this hole right here and right here, that'll look good. And then paint the rest of the hood flat black. And then it's a good possibility that I can come in with lights afterwards and do a light design underneath the hood. I've already got the hood or the motor where it will light up blue. I don't know if you can see it now, but let me turn the light on to see. And you can see the light underneath there shines down on the motor, At nighttime it reflects off of these here not so chrome. They used to be chromier than that. It's just that old aluminum tape, but it doesn't polish worth a crap. And that red wire, I hate that red wire there. I'm gonna have to hide that and run it all the way around. So, but that's how you detail underneath the hood of your vehicle and make it look good. Take a little pride in your work. On a Sunday when you ain't got nothing to do, get out there and clean your vehicle. The rest of this I'll do off camera. I'm done with this video. The battery's getting ready to die on me. Before somebody asks me why I have gauges out there, I have one for temperature, I have one for oil, and I have one for vacuum. That way if I'm out here working on it, I don't have to keep going back and forth. I also got my pressure, fuel pressure gauge. And that way I know what's going on with my truck while I'm working on it. And I ain't got to keep jumping down off of this high-ass bumper. And I got a lot of work to do on this truck. I would be further along, but one of my neighbor's daughter's boyfriend ran into it and busted all this up, so I got to fix all that. And I'm still mad about it. He was supposed to pay me for that, and he never did. He went and got himself put in jail. But anyway, there you have the last look of my truck and under the hood. And yes, that's a 460. So, you guys have a good one. I'm Bob. Later.